This evening, you've heard a lot about music advocacy, and I could not agree more with my colleagues. But I would like to bring to you a few other tools to put in your toolkit when someone asks you the very question, why music? Why music in public schools? Now, we've got to be able to answer that question not to our very best friends, but those that would maybe do us harm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in music not because we want to make the math department, the English department, and the other sciences smarter and look better. That's not why we do music. It's a byproduct. Now, I'm the first to come online to say we need math, English, the ability to speak, the ability to write, the ability to reason and to problem solve. But what you just heard tonight brings together fundamental skills that I think we need to discuss in a very succinct way, because these are the same skills that government, medicine, law, the military, all strive for and hunt for and pay billions, that's with a B, billions of dollars a year to learn and to communicate. So I'm going to make a comparison of 5 things that what you've heard tonight here. I'm not talking about the aesthetic, I'm not talking about the tingle factor, I'm not talking about any of that. We're talking fundamental things, skill sets that take place every day in every classroom, in music, in every rehearsal. And I'm going to compare this to my former profession, the United States Air Force, to a fighter pilot. Did it get your attention? Okay, here we go. Musicians must work independently. They are responsible for themselves. Fighter pilot is only one person in that cockpit. 2, any musician needs to learn to work as a team. They work within a section, they work within an ensemble. Teamwork. Fighter pilot certainly has a ground crew, certainly has all of the support mechanisms available for them. They must work as a team. 3, look ahead. It's like driving a car. If you look at the steering wheel, you're going to have a problem. And in music, we train to look ahead, to see what's coming. Not just a note, but a long way. Fighter pilot has to look over the horizon to see what's happening, see who the enemy is, where it's coming from. Looking ahead. 4, multitasking. Have you ever stopped to take a look at one of these things? Code. I mean, this is as complex as it gets. I mean, you've got dots, dashes, these little things that go above notes, little symbols. You've got letters that you're supposed to interpret. You've got this thing called a clef. You've got all kinds of things called ledger lines. This is complex just to read it, let alone put a bow to hand on string and make beautiful music as opposed to just a scratch. Have you ever sat in the cockpit of an F-15? You got more heads-up displays and dials and buttons than you can possibly imagine. We must multitask. And now the last and most important one. Real-time problem solving. Oh my. Real-time problem solving. Ladies and gentlemen, what you've heard tonight, we're in the performing arts. perform. It happens as it goes. We are not in the let me think about it arts, let me write you a paper about it arts, let's kumbaya about it arts, let's text about it arts. We are in the performing arts, and make no doubt about it, it is real. It is real. Fighter pilot goes up and engages. They have no time to say, ooh, time out, because their life depends on it. Our freedom depends on their skill. Now, our job is very simple. Our job is to do a performance for you that if there is a mistake, you don't know it. That's our job. That's what we teach every day. Now let's review the class. 1, work independently. 2, work as a team. 3, look ahead. 4, multitask. 5, the important one, real-time problem solving. Ladies and gentlemen, these skills are real. But when you take these skill sets and you elevate them to this magic that you've heard tonight, this emotion that takes place, it's real. I did a search in the United States Air Force when someone asked me, give me a definition of music. And I did a search of all of the operating regulations and instructions that had the word emotion in it. Guess how many hits I got? Now, believe me, there's more than 2. Operating instructions, that is. None. Because we're trained to make decisions based on data. But ladies and gentlemen, those that serve you and serve in freedom's cause will not give the last full measure of devotion for a data point. They will give it for a symbol and for a cause, for freedom. And that's what music does. It provides us that emotional link to something bigger than ourselves, takes us away, and connects us to those symbols that are real to us. And I can think of no finer way than to conclude this evening's concert with that connection. So as we have to follow in the custom of tuning, I'm going to ask our oboist in the orchestra to give a tuning pitch for winds and brass, and then another one for our strings. And then we're going to perform this piece that you know.